It's mandatory masks Monday here in Kahnawake. Gwegwe Kahnawake Ronu, Runhia Gaya de Ujats, Negi, the Kahnawake COVID-19 Task Force Live Update. We've been going Tuesdays and Thursdays, but several weeks ago, Arnold Lazar of the task force did say if we ever had something important, we would go live any given day. Today is one of those days. Today, as you know, was the first day that masks became mandatory in public places. We have a couple of guests. We have a special video put together by Dr. Goche. We have Leslie Walker-Rice of the Cady Memorial Hospital, as well as Lloyd Phillips. But to start things off, the directive for mandatory masks wasn't met with everybody's happiness, if you will. Some people are against that. But here to show support is our first guest, Ratsénhaienhs, Cody, Diabo.
Sego Kahnawake Ronu. I'm just here to show my support for masks. You know, I know it's a contentious issue. We see it all over the place. We see it, you know, just south of the border by us, you know, the huge debates about wearing masks. And I'm just here to say, you know, as uncomfortable as they may be at first, you know, you do get used to them. And for me, it's not only just about doing it to protect myself. It's to protect my family, my daughter, my girlfriend, my parents, their parents, you know, and so on and so forth. Your parents, your grandparents. You know, one of the things about Kahnawake is we're very community oriented. So something like this, I think, you know, it's to protect other people as well, not only just yourself. On top of that as well, it's not only just to, you know, just because you have a mask on, it's not necessarily that's the only thing. It's still important to maintain the social distancing, the hand hygiene, but the mask is just another step to protect and stop the spread of this virus. Kahnawake has been lucky so far. A lot of it maybe not only just luck, but it's also the dedication of every person in the community, as well as all the leadership putting forth these directives and these mandates. And you know, I would hate to see all this hard work be for nothing, you know, just simply by asked to wear a mask. A lot of stores have already implemented it on the weekend, you know, so wherever you can, you know, put it on. If you're not sure, put it on. If you get into any kind of public space, put it on. If you're not sure, it's better to be safe than sorry. So with that, I'll turn it back over to the other members of the task force. So I just want to say Nyawagoa and stay safe and please wear a mask.
Now, Cody, thanks for the support. Now, it became mandatory here today, but since Saturday, it's been mandatory all over Quebec. Dr. Goche, who's been leading us in all of this as our top medical advisor, went out of her way over this weekend to put together this video just for you.
Good morning. It's walking with my dog and my daughter to go buy some coffee. I'm not wearing a mask because I'm more than 2 meters away from anybody else. So I'm arriving at the coffee shop. I'm gonna wash my hands. Grab my mask. And now I'm able to go inside. So I have my mask on now, I'm waiting. Here, you can see that it says to wear a mask. They even have some masks available. Just got home, washed my hands, and took off my mask, and now I'm gonna enjoy this cup of coffee and get to work. So we're heading en famille to a friend's house for a physical distancing barbecue. Note that I'm not wearing a mask because I'm in the car with my husband and my 2 girls and my dog. We just arrived. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Oh, my pleasure.
Just gonna wash our hands. We got our masks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So now that I'm home, I'm actually gonna put the whole bag with my face mask into the washing machine and then wash it. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Nyawagawa. Good night.
Now, Dr. Gauthier, we really appreciate that. You know, she went out of her way this weekend to make that video with her friends and family. Can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Special hats off to her two daughters who filmed that for us, and to Ratsénhaienhs who edited that. He stayed up all night editing that for us so that we could have that for you today. Sticking with safety and masks, here to present a little more information. She's been on before. She has a thorough video right here on Kahnawake 911 that was put out last week. But she's back from the Kahnawake Memorial Hospital Center. She's the infection prevention and control nurse. Please welcome Leslie Walker-Rice.
Hi, good afternoon. So a few things have come up with the mandatory mask. Mask wearing is just one part of preventing yourself from getting an infection. Another part, another tool that we use is social distancing, keeping 2 meters away from people, as well as hand hygiene. When you touch stuff, you have the capacity to pick it up. So every time you touch a surface, you should be cleaning your hands. Making sure that you maintain a certain distance away from someone. Personally, I'm getting a water pistol because people really like to invade my space and I don't like it. And the mask. So going out in public a lot, people have asked the question, well, what do I do with the mask? Personally, I just leave it on. If I'm going out and I'm doing a lot of different stops, I just leave it on. It's no big deal. You know, I'm doing my own little business to make sure that I stay safe. But if I want to take it off and take a break and still conserve it, I've cleaned my hands. I take 2 loops. I have a little surface, prepared surface. It's a paper towel right here. And I just take it off and I put it in. And it's safe and it's within my vision and I can see it. And then it might be on my car seat and I'm driving my car. And then when I want to go back again to put my mask on to go into another building, I'll clean my hands again. Go over the mask, pick it up, and put it on, and adjust. And then I'll go about the business. Reusable masks are good for the environment. They're good for our wildlife as well. I was paddling, and I saw a couple of masks floating in the water, and that's really kind of disgusting. And it also puts the animals at risk. Ducks and stuff are stupid, and they'll try and eat it, and they'll choke to death, so not a good plan. If you're going to wear something disposable, throw it out. Okay, throw it into the garbage. If you have a reusable one, make sure that you're putting it, if you're taking it off at the end of the day, don't just shove it into your purse. If you put it in a plastic bag, make sure you take it out the same day, or else it'll become a science project in there. You know, there's germs in there. It's hot, it's warm. If it's in the bottom of your purse, it's dark and it'll grow bacteria in there as well. Kind of like the stuff that grows in the back of your fridge when you forget about it. So take it out and wash it. Make sure you wash it. You can also use a paper bag. So a paper bag is recyclable. And you can put a used cotton mask in a paper bag, empty it into your washing machine, and put this in the recycling bin. Okay. Other than that, the key thing is use them. Okay? It's a tool to protect yourself and to protect other people. But it doesn't stand alone. You need to wash your hands. You need to make sure that you have distance between you and other people. If you're going to a place where there are a lot of people and you're not comfortable, don't go in if you don't feel that you can maintain an adequate space between you. The mask does not eliminate the need to be spaced from people. Okay? And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Leslie. We really appreciate that. So it's all about safety here when we're talking about mask wearing, as Leslie pointed out, as you saw in the video. For businesses or organizations even that are looking for, maybe you have people coming into your building and they're still refusing to wear masks, etc., there's these posters available. They're downloadable on the Kahnawake, right here at Kahnawake 911 on Facebook. They're also downloadable on the covid-19.kmhc.ca/masks website, so on the main website, the KMHC COVID-19 website. And right here, it's a directive showing you right from the task force, right at the bottom. So, you know, you can blame the task force, and they, you know, if you're a business, they're not going to blame you as the business owner. Upcoming too, later today, maybe tomorrow, we'll be having a contest. Show us your mask, so look out for that. We're going to be, it's just really a couple of gift certificates you could win, Shop Kahnawake, and you could buy more masks. Speaking of, you know, I guess the contest and looking at the directive, we have to look at Commissioner of Safety Lloyd Phillips, who's been on the show, you know, 80% of the time or so. But today was a bit of a tough day with we had a lightning strike here at the building at the EOC. We had email issues, phone issues, different things like that. And today being the first day mandatory, so it might have been difficult to get through. But here to address, just in general, the idea of masks becoming mandatory today is Lloyd Phillips.
Thank you very much, Neil. Yeah, I figured I'd come on today for first time and actually wear a mask just to show people, you know, obviously that it is important to you know, show, I guess, lead, you know, by example when in terms of having masks. We all know there's different types of masks available. You know, we're highly promoting the use of a washable mask that's obviously environmentally friendly. But today, just for today, I have a mask here. These are they're reusable, but I mean, they're also, they're disposable masks, which we try to discourage, again, just for primarily, not for safety concerns, but more for environmental concerns. But obviously, anytime you want to remove it or take it off, no, you should definitely wash your hands prior to and avoid touching the front. And you put it down on a clean surface. So yeah, today, again, was the first day that it is mandatory within public places in the community for you to wear a mask. Again, as I mentioned in previous episodes and also mentioned on K103, that this decision was not taken lightly. We started off several weeks back talking about it was strongly recommended, no, and then we reinforced that about a week and a half ago or so. And then as watching the evolution of what's happening, not only in Quebec, but also what's happening, you know, around the world and in the US and such, we felt that it was important at this point in time to take that extra step and make it mandatory in indoor public places for you to wear a mask. Again, this is all in a measure to, as one of the three pillars, you know, hand hygiene, you know, social distancing, and masks together, is basically, you know, the way to prevent the spread of the virus. We're doing these measures now because we want to ensure moving forward that the very low numbers that we see, you know, in the Quebec area and the number of 0 that we see in Kahnawake, we want to maintain that as best as we possibly can, and masks certainly do play a role in that. The key points to remember here is indoor and public. In here, in the Emergency Operations Center, in the task force where we operate, there is an area, we have a controlled access. We know who's coming into the room. We have to do daily health checks every morning to enter the facility, as long as all other organizations in the community are required to do that. So there is a level of control in this room. We could maintain our distancing. So as we sit here and talking amongst the group here today, you know, we don't necessarily have to have our masks on. But the second we leave the room and we go into the hallway, for example, where it's public and people can gather in that area, that's when we have to wear our masks until we go outside. So that's just one example of when to wear a mask and when not to wear a mask. But I think Neil mentioned it earlier as well, and as well as you know, others. If you're not really sure, you know, wear a mask, you know, and if you're in an area where you find out that it's not necessarily required, it's easy to be removed. It's been working very well. The initial decision was made last Wednesday by the task force. We announced it publicly on Thursday morning at the on K103, Lisa and myself. We discussed it and explained the rationale behind it. And I'm pleased that, you know, almost immediately there was several businesses in the community who implemented mask mandatory, you know, by noontime on Thursday. Others start rolling it out, you know, by Friday, Thursday afternoon and into Friday, and over the weekend more and more. So certainly the cooperation from everybody, from the public sector, from the private sector, everybody's cooperation is greatly appreciated. And this is what's going to, again, help us carry those very low numbers, you know, into the future. There is a couple of hot off the presses, actually. There is one that we received from mandated by KCS, which is a sticker, which we're going to be having many of these you know, going around the community that basically are promoting the use of masks and making it clear that, you know, wearing a mask, you know, it's not only about myself, it's more about my community, it's more about my family, my friends, co-workers, you know, and such. So it's something that we just got them hot off the presses literally 5 minutes ago. So we're gonna have those distributed out the community to, I guess, show your support for the use of masks. So with that, I know some people may find it difficult to get used to a routine, myself included. You know, and no, things may not be perfect from day one, but as we get more information, as we get used to this new normal in which we're living in, I'm sure things will get easier, get more, we'll be able to, you know, live with the new norm much easier as time goes on. So let's stick with it, Kahnawake. We've been doing an excellent job to date. Let's keep it up moving forward, and I'll talk to you soon. Kahnawake.
Great, yeah, well, Lloyd, I washed my hands before putting my mask on, so I don't need to wash them again. Just to wrap things up, remember the three-pronged approach we keep saying, and it was at the end of Dr. Gauthier's video. So that's distance, hygiene, and washable masks. That's what we're trying to promote. Stay tuned for that contest we talked about. I got my little sports pouch here, so if you see me with this on, mind your business. I'm trying to carry my masks around in a washable bag that I can wash when I get home. So with that, we'll let you go, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Yawa.